Welcome to another episode of Ballers Union. We got CP again, double
Yeah,
duties after that.
and I'm back, and y'all not gonna keep talking this junk about me when I'm gone. I take one day off, and y'all go in on me on the
Oh,
Lions just because we missed the catch. No,
we
that's not
coming.
even par for the course when it comes to Lions fans.
We can't even get through the intro.
Welcome
Nah,
to the
CP coming
intro.
in hot.
I've been holding
CP
on to
coming
that
in
one for a
hot.
week, suckers.
All right.
All right,
Well,
go ahead.
you
That boy,
know, he double duty. He came in here firing. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
He's calling his own number. Our
The
point
J.R.
guard, our
Smith.
shooting guard.
mm-mm.
At small forward, we got Goldie.
Swish.
You know what I'm saying? Holding down the paint. The man, the legend, the beast, smash at center.
What's up?
This the longest 10-day contract I've ever seen.
He trapped in the bubble. He got to keep playing.
Gotta keep playing. You're right.
Everyone else is testing positive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm holding down the four.
Just
You know what I'm
making
saying?
people leave.
I switched my game up. I'm a straight shooter now.
Smash all in the shower with a mask on. He definitely wants to stay on contract.
What them pipes got?
Right. See, they may get them, but they're not gonna get me.
Right.
Right. So how everybody's week been?
I don't even
Heck,
know what day it is.
right. It's hectic, bro. It's just been going, man. Just let me know. I gotta come up for air on the weekend, bro. And I don't think we
Okay.
even close to it.
Right.
Smash, you good?
Man, I don't know, man. A couple more therapy sessions, I'll be all right.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you about to catch these slugs. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I'm not gonna say anything to you
Oh,
because
I'm gonna stick it to him.
I'm okay. I feel your pain. In fact, you'll win a game before the end of the year. If y'all are at week 16 and y'all still don't have any wins, I'll start to counsel you. But until then, you
Nah,
better just
they
ride it out.
they just tanking for Trevor Lawrence. That's what they doing.
You can't
Thank
go
for
to
Trevor,
everybody's
huh?
team.
He pulled they pulled the playbook out. All right, what playbook we using this week, coach? We're gonna use the playbook where we up by 20 plus points,
Yo,
and we
take,
gonna
take charge of this show, deal. Take charge.
Hey,
blow it out
I will
again.
say this. I will say this. There's one thing normal about 2020, and that's the Falcons giving up a 20-point lead.
Right. That's the only thing normal about
Look,
2020.
if Matt Ryan knows any better, he better donate to everything black in Atlanta he can right now just to solidify his spot.
But that wasn't Matt Ryan. And I hate the show. I hate the show starts off with like this on Smash, but we could pile on at any time. That's always a good pile on for the Falcons. But when you got Julio Jones running a 60-yard bomb route and he alligator arming it, you know it just wasn't their day, bro.
Right.
It just wasn't their day.
Well, let's get on to the show. We're going to start off with Major League Baseball. And the
Yes.
playoff picture is shaping up. The Cubs and the Cleveland Indians just clinched a playoff spot. The White Sox already in. The Dodgers already in. The Yankees are, of course, already in.
How about my Mets? We
The
in
Mets, no. I don't think they have. They don't even have a chance.
They with us. They with the Tigers.
Yep, Atlanta's is next in line to clinch.
Oh
They're
yeah.
looking like the 3 seed in all of the National League.
You said they
I thought
looking like the Milwaukee Bucks.
Huh? No, we get
I
into
thought the
that.
Mets were.
Hmm?
No. I thought the Mets had a chance at getting in there. I guess
Yeah,
not,
we
though.
did. We did when the season started.
Yeah, the first week,
Everybody
and
was
then that was
right.
it.
Here.
Before everybody started playing. But we're under new management now, so it's brighter days ahead, man. It's brighter days ahead for us.
Yep. So MLB is doing a couple things different this year. They got 16 teams in the playoffs. So it's 8 from the National League, 8 from the American League. And 2, they're doing one of Goldie specials. They're going to implement a bubble.
There we go.
Which they should have did in the beginning.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a little unique. It's going to have 2 bubbles.
Did
One
they
for
pick the
American-
site?
Yes. Well, they agreed. Like, there's still, I think the players' unions, they said they came to agreement. They said it was an agreement, so it's still a little fuzzy. But basically, there's two locations, and I want to say one of them's in Houston.
Yeah, I think
Unfortunately.
so.
You don't want to go there.
Yeah, you know.
Really? This is a bad place for a bubble.
Yeah.
That's what
Folks around here move around like there's no such thing as COVID around here. COVID? What's COVID?
Hey, they said the same thing about Florida, and it worked great for the NBA.
Well, nah, the NBA is not in Florida. They're in Disney World. That's the difference. Disney World is a magical place. It's the 51st state before DC is.
What about the WNBA? Because they're in Florida as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the American League supposed to be in Arlington, Texas.
So, well, I mean, it should be
Dallas.
It should be some good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Dallas is better than Houston.
That's
so
not
I'll give
bad.
you that.
In
Yeah.
Arlington, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Dallas is not better than Houston, so you're gonna strike that from the record.
Hey, that's what even from people from Houston admits that, but
for baseball,
everything else. In those baseball playoffs, are they gonna allow fans?
Cutouts, probably.
No, they're not. They're not allowing fans. Only thing they need to have a lot of fans to is.
So how many games are left in the season? That's what I want to know.
Just a week left, so like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and there's still the 6, 7, 8 seed is still basically open up.
Basically,
right. Because I'm looking at the National League. I'm looking at the National League. It's like really close. Like the Cards at 26 games. We got the Marlins at like 28, and the Dodgers gonna seem like they're gonna clinch, so they're gonna automatically be in. And the Padres. I'm rooting for the Padres, man. That's my
That's a good team. That's not even an underdog. They're really good. They're a scary team.
I'm rooting for them too, but I think Mookie, my guy, if he can turn it around for the Dodgers, something got to get over this.
So the Dodgers not going to choke this playoffs?
I didn't say that. I just said
choke.
Something's got to
the Dodgers, bro.
Right. I don't know. I got hope for my Cubs. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. And my dark horse, they're actually the number 2 seed. We said this early in the year about Chicago White Sox being a dark horse because they had nothing to lose, and they're number 2 seed in the American League.
It's an easy American League.
Yeah.
There's nothing
right.
What was that?
Are you allowed to pick them being a Cubs fan?
No, not really. But
well, he already not welcome back to Chicago anywhere. Going against Doc Rivers.
Yeah, I went against Doc Rivers. I'm a Chicago Cardinals fan.
Man, he already getting death threats. Like,
the Doc Rivers one was serious.
Chicago.
Doc Rivers on serious, and then that's a good segue. Let's get into the NBA playoffs. Let's start off with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? That's a good segue because you know what I'm saying? I was getting a lot of heat for Doc Rivers, and his team either quit or they had mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul George did admit that he was battling depression and anxiety the week before the meltdown. You know what I'm saying? Were they exhausted? Which that was, I think, a bullcrap excuse. You're a professional player.
Now, are you really buying this? You know these NBA players act like they got deployed to Iraq and they're away from their families. Like, dude, you got FaceTime, you got all these different things. Like, you have separation anxiety from your family to go do your job, which is to play basketball and make millions of dollars. I'm not buying that, man.
Maybe they
just choked.
I think the Clippers just clipped. That's all.
Yeah, or maybe it was not even family separation. Maybe it was
they got the right name. They got the right name. They got clipped.
Yeah, maybe it's from the social injustice going on in America.
No.
No.
You saw that article where Paul George tried to address the team and they rolled their eyes at him. He tried to give him the old championship. We'll be back next year's speech, and they was like, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, I'll say this about the Clippers: their biggest issue is having Paul George as a star when he's not a star.
No, that's true, but also Kawhi is hurt.
Didn't know what to do. He just are we using that as an excuse now too?
Nah, that's a fact. Kawhi is hurt, so like we're gonna have to stop. Something else gonna give. They're gonna have to draft somebody or trade for Giannis or something.
They don't got no draft picks.
Oh, they don't have any draft picks till about 2050.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they got to ride. They got to ride with this roster, and I don't really think somebody's going to have to move. I mean, I just think with this Clippers team, somebody's going to get moved just because of the way it ended.
Well,
Somebody's
Doc is moving. He already packed his bag.
Yeah.
He deserved to get fired. But we've been saying this all season that Doc Rivers he's just not that coach. And then everybody, and it's funny because like I've been saying this all year, Gio been saying it all year, and everybody been like, I don't see it. And then as soon as they were like down 3, and they were like, man, maybe you on to something. It was like, yeah, man, it's not even a black or white thing. It's just like he's just not a good coach. You know what I'm saying? He was just in the right place at the right time with that Boston team, you know.
Yep. So. Yep. And then the shout out to the Nuggets, man. They played hard, man. They never gave up.
Yeah, it's over for them though.
Oh, they gave up. They got to the finals and they put that thing in neutral, bro. They got to the finals and put it in neutral. Like, you know what? They didn't expect us to make it this far. So
they put it in neutral, but they put it in neutral. I thought
we'd get a better
car wash.
No, game 2 was a great game. Game 3 is currently happening.
Yes, that'd be all right. But you know, LeBron pissed off, so he gonna make an example out of him anyway.
He just making stuff up. LeBron is the type of person that be like, I want everybody to look at me so y'all can see that I'm not looking.
Right.
Man, anytime when I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but Smash is the conspiracy theorist. But for them to have a playoff game where they shoot 32 free throws in the first half and 25 in the second quarter alone, the fix is on. You know, they just have to make this happen for them. You know, so we're gonna get an LA series, the LA versus. I guess Miami. I'm going with my same pick, Miami, and we see how I do. And hopefully that Butler can bully ball.
You picking who?
Miami.
Miami.
Tell him Smash. What you
mean? I've always been on Miami. I've always been. You better go back and check past feeds. Who was my finalist?
It wasn't Miami. I think you. I know you had.
If it wasn't if I didn't say, I had Houston to find. I was just talking with my heart. But we know exactly what happened. If I had the Bucks, I probably had the Bucks and the Heat playing in the conference finals. I can admit to that probably.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to the archives.
Right.
You're not.
I'm not gonna lie. I had the Raptors.
Let me write this down.
Yeah. You write that Falcon score down. That's what you write down.
It's about the same as the Saints. Don't come on here acting like you're Saints boring now.
Ooh.
Don't come here. We ain't blow no leads. Like part of y'all history is just blowing leads.
Okay. You guys were what was it? 17 unanswered points.
Something like that. 20. What are 20 points unanswered points?
I'm talking about the Saints.
No, I don't think we had the lead. We had the lead like once the whole game, and we never recovered. You know, you had to. Sometimes the people of Vegas, it's their brand new stadium, and so we had to just give them a gift. So
right.
It's all good.
Right, we're getting off track. Back on this NBA final. So we all picking the Heat over Boston, and we all saying Lakers getting the gentleman sweep.
I don't even think they're getting the gentleman. I think it's over.
It's over. It's over.
They didn't win game 1.
The fix is on.
And they didn't win that buzzer beater game. These last 2 games is just they just playing because you can't get a 2-game sweep.
Okay. Well, let's go into some meaningful basketball then. The WNBA playoffs. Let's go ahead and recap that.
It's just meaningful.
Okay.
Hey,
Before we move, who was the MVP, Gio? WNBA?
I don't recall.
Come on now.
Yes,
you know who it is.
Apparently my vote didn't matter. My vote didn't count, so.
Shouts out to Aja Wilson. You know, from the Aces. You know I called it correct on that one.
Yeah, you got that one right.
WNBA MVP.
You know what I'm saying? But doesn't mean Vandersloot had a bad year. She broke some assist records. You know what I'm saying? She took the Sky to number one in the East. To me, it was.
Now we got to see if she can get that win.
In Chicago folklore, yeah, it was definitely MVP.
Avery Wilson got to go up against the Storm, though. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But moving right along, we in the playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs here. I mean, has it been that long? Or I forget that they only do one round for the.
The first 2 rounds is a 1-game elimination. Then they go best of 5.
Right.
So right now they're in the semifinals. So the first round, Phoenix beat Washington. Connecticut beat Chicago, unfortunately. And then Minnesota.
That's why she didn't win MVP.
Yeah. Then Minnesota beat Phoenix. Connecticut beat Las Vegas? No, wait. No. Los Angeles Sparks, my bad.
No.
Yeah,
Los Angeles Sparks.
Yeah. And then right now we got Connecticut versus the Aces, your team. And Minnesota versus Seattle. Seattle's tough, though.
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all.
That's a really good series, Minnesota versus Seattle. That's a really good series. That's must-see TV right there. It's definitely must-see TV.
Hey, maybe if Seattle waxes Minnesota, Maya Moore might want to come back. Now that she's mission accomplished in more ways than one.
Oh yeah, the shout out to Maya Moore. She the guy she got out of prison, they're now married.
Yeah.
Hey, she put in that work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bravo, kudos to them. Bravo to them. Who would have thought?
Yeah, and she said, I'm gonna get married, then I'm gonna come back and play basketball for you suckers.
Yeah.
That's good stuff though. More people have to, that's what we always talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's something that we talked about. Like, you see what action does for us. You know what I'm saying? Not just symbolism. When you see action being taken, you get stuff done. So I mean, they definitely need to put her in front of the coalition as president, vice president, sergeant at arms, or something, treasurer, or something, because she makes things happen.
Well, she's tired now. She married.
Yeah.
Yeah, what she wants.
So
yeah.
But do you think she'll come back? You think she'll come back and actually pick up where she left off from?
I don't think she's coming back because she literally doesn't have anything to prove. She has won everything. Like, it's one of those for the love of the game. It's like when you create a player and you make the Hall of Fame after your second season, and you're like, do I keep playing or do I just make a new person?
Right. Trying to get look for a new challenge, right?
Like, what can't she do that she hasn't done yet? Like, she beasted in college. She beasted all the way up to there. Then she beasted in the NBA, or the WNBA rather. And then, she the only one that did some action and got it out. And
that Freudian slip might be what she had. She might be heading to the NBA.
Hey, that's about the only thing she hadn't done yet. And maybe if the Pistons taking J. Cole, let's see if we can get her too. Let's do it.
Right. Talking about taking a stand, Matt Stafford put an article out in the Players Tribute talking about we just can't stick to football. And then he's saying, and like one of the key highlights, saying one of his proudest moments was when the Detroit Lions canceled practice for social injustice. And you know what?
Not a game.
Not a game. But hey, saying that practice is probably why they're 0-2 right now.
Why? Because we actually gave away all our moves. No,
right. Had they been at practice, they might not be 0-2 right now.
Well, first of all, we're the Lions. We always 0-2. Second of all, shout out to BTG, who when he was here, he called out practice wasn't a big thing, but it was the only thing available, and we stopped what we were doing. We stopped our course of work. Of course,
hey man,
when we go to Green Bay, BTG, we also stop our course of work. But
I know you watching right now, man. You have to show up next week, man. Because UCP got to square off at center court, and instead of this, Yeah, man, he been waiting
buddy.
patiently for this one.
Yeah, buddy. But in all seriousness, Matt Stafford, for as much as I talk junk about him as a quarterback, and I mean every word of it, off the field, he's a stand-up guy, really good dude. His wife goes hard for him. He goes hard for his wife and his family. He pours money into stuff. So even though he's stealing it from other players, at least he's giving it back to the community. He's putting his money where his mouth is a lot of times. And you got to respect it. And at the same time, while you do go hard on him, a lot of these people are coming into the league. Well, in football, they're coming in at 21. In basketball, 18 and all that stuff. So you can't expect them to be so well-versed in all the things of the world right away. And especially with everybody grabbing at their money and grabbing at their brand and what they want to do, you can't expect them to just hop on the movement and pick up where we have, in our regular old 9-to-5 everyday lives with things that we've dealt with in our older age. As they get older, they start to figure it out a little more. Even everybody's savior LeBron had his own moments when he didn't do the right things all the time or didn't say the right things. But now that he's kind of older and more seasoned and it's figured out some stuff in the way the world works, and probably, more money, more problems, and nobody's exempt from stuff. Once he's figured out how this works in his life, you have that moment, you have that awakening. So maybe we wanted, our quarterbacks or our coaches or our leaders to have that moment when we wanted them to have that moment. But maybe, at 22, 23, 24, they were still, quote unquote, young and dumb. So it's cool to see now that he understands he's not just putting it to the wayside. He's actually trying to do something about it. And he took a knee for what it's worth, if that's still worth anything, which, whatever. But that was refreshing to see. Now, on the field, I think he's going to do great for his next team. Wherever that may be, I salute him. And I will always respect him.
Next year?
Yeah, shout out to Matt Stafford.
He's about 3 or 4 years too late for his next team, but wherever he goes, he might sneak and get a. In fact, when Phil Rivers retires this year, maybe Matt Stafford goes to the Colts so he can still do work close from Indiana, and he can.
Okay. But yeah, shout out to Matt Stafford.
Take care of the Midwest,
right?
Because he gets it. Unlike what's that guy from New Orleans?
Drew Brees.
Right. At least Matt Stafford gets it.
I thought Drew Brees was singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing," but they didn't show it. So they just showed his interception and his noodle arm. Spicy today.
That probably was the conspiracy right there. They couldn't let Drew Brees beat the black quarterback. So,
ooh. But yeah, talking about the NFL recap. The Chiefs looks amazing. Ravens look amazing. That looked like that playoff matchup looks like
the Ravens.
But they play next Monday night.
Yep, that's gonna be great. Great game. Russell Wilson looks amazing.
Oh my gosh.
You're saying Cam Newton.
I mean, and shots out looked amazing. Shots out to the black quarterback. We had 6 matchups head to head, black quarterback versus black quarterbacks. Something that has never happened in NBA in NFL history. So shots out to the doors being swung. 2020 is good for something.
Yep, 10 starters, 10 black quarterback starters, first time ever in the NFL.
It's gonna be 11 once Drew Brees and Taysom Hill get hurt and bumped. Jameis gonna get in there.
Famous Jameis.
Well, we have one more game like this. Jameis better start running on the field.
Well,
he makes that money on that LASIK surgery for no reason.
Right.
It might be for high injury. I mean, the injury rate's been pretty high this NFL season. It could be for no preseason, but
it's got to be a record.
Yeah, this is we really got a lot of season-ending injuries.
It's definitely because of preseason. You think about OTAs got cut short. They went to this abbreviated. I guess it was this 3-week Quasimodo type of preseason. No preseason games, just workouts. I just think their bodies just not fixed. You think about they're practicing and doing something football wise 6 months before we even get to this point, right? So that all got cut short because of COVID. So now I don't think their bodies are in that physical shape to where they can take this punishment. And you see all these people, I mean, we're talking about season-ending injuries, not just bumps and bruises. Like guys are out for weeks and their seasons are over with.
ACL.
Yeah, you talking about marquee players.
Yeah, I'll give you a list. You got Barkley, the running back from the Giants, Derwin James, Nick Bosa, Von Miller, Anthony Barr, you know what I'm saying? Bruce Irving, Gerald McCoy, Malik Hooker. Man, it's just crazy. Tavion Young.
So I'm curious how many of those were hurt on turf.
Yeah, that the 49er players, all the 49er players, they're talking about they didn't want to go back to that field and play. They want to go play in Oakland or something.
And they got to play this week coming up.
Yeah, the 49ers, they're telling them they don't want to play in their stadium.
So they blame it on the turf.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got like 12 people that get hurt, I don't know. That might be the turf.
It might be the turf because Jimmy G got hurt. The running back got hurt. Bosa got hurt. Sherman got hurt. They got six injuries in 1 week.
How many got hurt on the other team?
Like one.
Okay, so we're not gonna blame it on the turf. We all play on the same surface. We're not gonna blame this on the turf.
Here's my theory.
No, man.
They moved out to Santa Clara, which is like 45 minutes away. And, you know, that's Tech Hub, that's Silicon Valley, all that stuff. And they got this super cool stadium with all the bells and whistles and Wi-Fi on Wi-Fi. They got 10G when we trying to get 5G. And they got, you know, they got all these like nanobytes and like stuff that they monitor and all these performance metrics. They done something to that grass to like capture the footsteps, and it's messing something up. And they doing something in their uniforms that's getting all this extra analytics and data, and it's messing them up.
Hey, they got the NFL investigating that field right now.
I'm telling you,
so
that's what happens.
How can they need to investigate that training room, that training department? That's what they need to investigate, not the turf. Now you blackballing the turf.
You just said it's because there was no preseason.
I would be more willing to agree that there's no preseason, but we're not gonna blame it on the turf. And the other team just played on the same turf and only had one minor injury. Y'all just not physically in shape. Y'all was sitting around reading y'all press clip and sitting around with Bosa. You know, thought the deer antler spray was gonna work for you. It's not gonna work. Y'all just
that's the real culprit.
Wrap it up.
The real culprit is they didn't work out the season. You know what I'm saying? That's the real issue.
That's the real culprit.
Yep. And then
because nobody thinks this would have happened in preseason.
If they didn't work out,
it does happen in preseason.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of injuries do happen in preseason, but and that's why I said this preseason matters. But you got to think about it. These guys, they're playing football like coming out of January. They got OTAs, all this other kind of stuff. So there's a huge ramp up period before they actually kick the ball off for the first game of the season. So you see throughout the preseason, all these type of injuries seem to happen throughout the preseason, OTAs, and all that stuff. But we went straight from sitting at home to 3 weeks of working out to getting football ready shape. Now, you know, they're all physically fit, most of them are, let's say, but they're all physically fit to actually be athletes. But, you know, we all play football. We know it's a different type of condition playing the game versus just working out at home trying to get prepared to play the game.
Right.
That's true.
Right. But some players worked out in the offseason. They look great, like Aaron Donald. He's over there taking out 2 linemen, 3 linemen. He threw Ezekiel Elliott like he was nothing.
When does he not look good, though? I mean,
but he never looked this good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He never looked this good.
He's always been dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, he's out here Hulk smashing people, like running through the line and just taking D linemen and throwing them out the way. I've never seen that before. You know,
like
they're taking on the lead block.
You're seeing.
Yeah.
You say what, Smash?
It sounds like y'all are saying he's juicing.
I mean, There's no word he's hanging out with the Bolsons, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Another player looks great. Is DK Metcalf. Man, he embarrassed Gilmore.
My fantasy guy.
Oh man, he put on a clinic for Gilmore.
Yep.
He's just a freak, man. He's just like the modern day Megatron. He's just a shorter version. Body wise, they both look the same, but he's just a shorter version of Megatron.
Yeah, because he manhandled Gilmore, and he also beat Gilmore off speed. Like it was beautiful to watch. But man, I know Gilmore was like, "Damn, I can't guard him, coach. I can't guard him."
They should have subbed that out quickly.
Yeah. He looked like old boy from Remember the
So
Titans.
with that Seattle team, do you think it's more of offense, or do you think it's more of defense that's helping them win these games? Because Cam Newton gave them all that he could handle. They just called the wrong play at the end of that game.
That was heartbreaking to see that call. I mean, how do you make it? It looked like it was over from the start. As soon as he snapped the ball, he was like, "Well."
Yep.
I mean, it was. But you look at the play. Everybody, it's like you playing a video game. You playing Madden. You just commit to the run. Everybody just committed to the run. Like they didn't think they were going to pass at all. It could have either the same guy that clipped the first dude, that chipped the first dude. He could have easily snuck out into the flats and scored the game with a touchdown.
True.
Right.
But I just think that he just Belichick just was like, okay, we're gonna go with Cam, and deservingly so. Cam did all he could to get to that point, so I guess he deserved the chance to actually be the hero in that situation.
Yeah, but that was the exact same play for the last touchdown they scored. That was the exact same play, same formation lineup and everything.
But I mean, the future is bright for them. You got to play the Jets twice. You got to play Miami twice.
Oh yeah, that's 6 wins right there.
Patriots have a chance to. If they get into these playoffs, and maybe some of these dudes may come back off of the opt-out list, maybe they may make some noise in these playoffs. But the
opt-out list was on purpose for they could have they won't cut nobody and they have more salary cap. So Bill Belichick being him, he's like, it's either I'm going to cut you or you're going to opt out.
Right.
So if the Patriots make the Super Bowl, is it Belichick or was it Brady? Like, would Brady's legacy being, you know what I'm saying? Would that be a challenge?
Legacy ain't going nowhere.
Nah, Brady, Brady legacy is cemented just because it's Brady. If it was anyone else,
that's cemented, bro. Yeah.
I'm hating.
No, that's cemented. I mean, he's definitely gonna take a lick in being in the NFC South. I mean, that was like the wrong thing to do. I mean, that's like the equivalent of Michael Jordan going to play for the Wizards.
That's accurate.
If it's over, it's over. Yeah, if it's over, it's over. You ride to the sunset. But so he want to take this beating. So we're gonna graciously hand it out to him.
Do you think Gronk's gonna play the whole year?
Nah. Gronk's not playing now. I mean, he's just on uniform. He
played this weekend.
He's just in uniform. They run him out there just to let you know that, hey, Gronk is on the team, bro.
Fair enough.
I think that was just more of a comfort thing for him. He's always in Florida, and now Brady's in Florida. That's they booty buddies and all that kind of stuff. So they let them, put him on the team, give him a contract, and that's just what that's about. That has nothing to do with football. I mean, you got to think about it. The dude lost like damn near 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even nowhere physically the same specimen that he was, and he's not going to run the crazy routes that he ran across the middle when he was in New England. Yeah, it's just
he's not trying to handle.
He's just better company. Yeah, he's the Linus. He's the blanket to Linus on the peanuts. He's there for comforting him.
Hey, well, so he don't feel lonely. Lucy then. That's all
that is.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, who's your guys' fantasy football sleeper or star?
Good was PCP.
You said what, Gio?
Who's your fantasy sleeper or your fantasy star right now?
Whoever I pick up after Saquon.
Okay. What'd you say, Gio?
Who's your fantasy sleeper or your fantasy star at the moment?
Mine right now, Calvin Ridley.
Man.
Hey, Smash, you beat the crap out of me this week.
Hey, man.
Because Julio around here tanking. They throwing the ball to everybody else. Gage and Ridley and the
Julio,
2 stars didn't do anything.
Julio to 8th week.
Yeah.
That's when Matt Ryan be like, "Oh,
it'll be over."
Yeah, I had. I guess my sleeper in this league is probably Kyler Murray. We're gonna ride that till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. That's a great pick. Great pick. I'll tell you, my sleeper is James Robinson from Jacksonville, the running back.
That's a good one.
That's on my team.
Okay. What about you, Goldie?
We know you. I don't have one, man. Right now, my team is sitting at in the content creators league. My team is sitting at 0-2. On paper, we look good right now. We struggling, man. We struggling. I don't really like looking at the season. I don't really think there were any sleepers. Like that Jacksonville pick, that probably, that was just the best running back for Smash to pick. That wasn't even no rhyme or reason into it. Nobody was really going to pick Jacksonville Jaguars. That was just there for him to pick. But y'all was too busy taking second starting quarterback. You know who my sleeper is? I'm gonna tell you. No, you know who my sleeper is? Let me know who my sleeper is. My sleeper is Joe Burrow, and I put all my biases aside. The way he's looked in the first 2 games of the season, he really doesn't look like he's a rookie quarterback. I mean, he actually, you tend to look at quarterbacks, you can tell how they're jittery and they do things to where they don't sit in the pocket long enough. They start to running the ball, but he actually looks like he looks the part, man. He looks like he's going to live up to what he did at LSU. He's going to live up to that in the NFL. If Cincinnati allows it to happen, because they'll mess something up real quick.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree to that. Because who taught him how to read defense? Because the way he reads and goes through the read.
Well, he's 25 years old, so he's had a little time. And he used to go to that school in Columbus where they cheat, so he done learned all the tricks.
Yeah, he definitely got that. He definitely got that. But he had to leave the Midwest to actually win a championship. So he learned his winning ways down south.
I'm okay with that. Anything against Ohio State is
CP
looking
at. Yeah, you got that big M on your hat, so I'm more than sure you're gonna agree on that one.
Hey, I'm mad the Big Ten decided to play because I thought we were going to get a year off. We're going to get smashed again, but
right.
They had to play, man. They had to play. It was they see that the COVID is inevitable at this point. They have the NCAA has the rule where if the kids get COVID, they don't get tested for another 3 months. So, and that's per the CDC. So, I mean, it makes no sense why you don't allow those kids to play and do what they do, because they're really not there for your quote unquote Big Ten education. That's not what they're there for.
That's true. I know this is random, but it just came in. The Notre Dame game this weekend just got canceled because of the virus. Yeah. I think they were playing Wake Forest, maybe. Somebody over here.
Man, they're always hating on Notre Dame. Always.
Good.
That's okay. I don't like Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that game.
Good.
Especially they got that NBC contract for as long as the Clippers don't have draft picks. Don't nobody want to see them games. Rocket Ishmael not playing.
Right.
Don't nobody. Rudy not playing.
Right. Hey, you know who might get that next big contract? You know who might get that next? Jackson State. Shout out to Deion, the new head coach for Jackson State.
Prime time.
Listen, as much as I love this, as much money they spent for that intro, I hope they got the fundraisers on deck like ASAP, because they went all out and cashed in all their chips to introduce him. So he's gonna get it's a different animal, bro. It's a really different animal, and I think he's gonna realize how different of an animal HBCUs are, and I hope that he can be that catalyst to change what we know it is to be. It's not a good thing either, but for a Power 5 for you to make your program grow, it's totally different, man. I think if he really wants to make this work, he's going to be pouring out more of his money or reaching into his coffer of different donors from different people. And CP touched on it last time. It's like you're going to rub some people wrong because there are traditions. Mm-hmm. Like Jackson State is one of the traditionally powerhouses in HBCU. So it's going to be for that to change and do things differently. It's going to be something that he's going to have to kind of walk a fine line with. But I'm glad for this, man. I'm glad for this. And then I saw the bogus list that you posted of his so-called.
Yeah.
Like, dude, them dudes not about to ride no bus, bro. They're not getting on no bus.
It's gonna be all sorts of $100, $1,000 handshakes if that happens.
Yeah.
All over the place.
For the bogus list, it was all over on Twitter, IG, all social media. Until Dion said it was bogus, but they had Jason Phillips, Terrell Owens, Warren Sapp, Mario Edwards Sr. They'll say it was just it was too good to be true.
Even if it were true, the problem with that is the better you are as a player, the harder it is for you to coach because you've only seen one side of it. That's why a lot of the greater coaches, I'm speaking of NBA because that's the easiest comparison, are the mediocre players because you've had your good and your bad.
I don't know, but
I kind of disagree with that with Dion. Dion has always been immersed from the little league level all the way up to the high school level. Right. So he knows the inner workings of that. So I think he can identify talent. It's just a matter of logistically, will he be able to, curate the talent that he needs to be competitive, to pull Jackson State back out of the funk that they're currently in. Yeah. And it's going to take a lot of fundraising. And I keep saying that word fundraising because that's going to be the lifeblood of that program, right? And then you're going to see these alums, you see all these people when he start bringing this money in, they're going to already have their hand out, the science department, the music department, all these people had their hands out like we never operated like this. We don't dump all our funds into athletics like this. So let's spread the wealth. So there's going to be some hurdles that's going to have to be jumped in the HBCU, but I think with how charismatic he is and how much people love him, I think he may be able to do this. He's the right guy to pull this off, I think.
So I agree with that. I was just saying that's how I knew the other list, all them other people weren't coming because he can do it because he's put in the work, but the rest of them.
Man. Warren's not going to follow. He can't see any rule.
Right. Now, I will say this. Dion's got to win. He got to put some doves on the board. That'll be the easiest. So even if you don't agree with half the stuff that he's doing, if you look up and 8-0, 9-1, you're gonna grumble by yourself.
I think he has to beat Alcorn. He has to take the state of Mississippi back. And Alcorn has snatched it out their grasp, and he has to get that game. If he doesn't get that game, if he lose, this shit ain't gonna give him a pass because he just got there. Yeah. But next year, if he loses that game and it's multiple years losing to Alcorn, he's out of there. He's out of there.
Okay. Right.
He's out.
Moving along. Yep. Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin are starting a single car NASCAR Cup Series team, and they chose Bubba Wallace as their driver.
I'm in on this.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Keep it moving.
They might not win a race, but if he wear a 23 or a 45 car, that's gonna be cool.
Yep.
What I'm
Jumpman
really
logo.
Keep it moving.
I had ordered some 43 gear when he was doing his thing, and it was on back order because they didn't know he was gonna be this popular. So I'm supposed to get 2 little Black Lives Matter Hot Wheels in November. So I might have to cancel that order now.
Right. Man, just seeing the Jumpman logo at a NASCAR event. That's it for me. You know what I'm saying? That's a win for me right there.
They say Mike been down with racing though, because Brad Doherty used to try to put him on.
He been down with racing for years.
Yeah.
As much as
the other one, I think IRL or something.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows how much money is invested in these race series. I mean, I don't think they know how much their money costs to run these teams. I hope he has a nice list of investors, and he's just the figurehead.
He on Joe Gibbs' team though.
Oh well, if he's on Joe Gibbs' team, then that's different. Because Joe Gibbs been doing it for years and years. But it's a money suck, man. It's that NASCAR is definitely a money suck. So I mean, he better make sure. Yeah, but that'll suck. I don't know, man. That NASCAR
you put a swoosh on a car.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, you know, he's sponsoring that. He's sponsoring himself. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like he's putting a swoosh on. I mean, he's putting the Jordan brand on the car. So it's like
they ain't run out of money yet.
Yeah, people still buy.
He's never invested his money in nothing yet, so he should have a big coffin full, right? So you might be on the.
His tequila's pretty good though, and I don't even like tequila.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see.
He'd be in last place, looking good.
Yep. So Maria Taylor, why is she getting so much hate from her peers?
She a black woman.
Threatening? You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing I ever like, she's on Monday Night Football. She's she's doing the NBA now. She was doing college. Like I just see her working 50 times harder than anybody. And then like every time you look up, they got some kind of smart comment to say, some kind of sexist comment. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say the guy's name, but this radio talk show guy or radio host out of Chicago, 670. Basically said she looked like a porn star, and lack of better words. You know, saying when she was on Monday night, and he quickly got fired. And then recently, somebody else said like, "Oh, why did she even get a vote for voting for the NBA all first team, second team, third team? Like she covers the NBA. Don't every reporter that covers the NBA gets a vote? Why she shouldn't get a vote?"
I don't know, but she's been putting in work.
Yeah, I mean she's put her time in, man. It's not like she just walked out of college and walked off of her from her prospective sport and they just graced her with that. Now she did the late night thing. She's done the reporting thing. She's earned her stripes. It's just a matter. That's just hate, bro. That's just what it boils down to. They hate to see a woman of color to do what traditionally we see, a Caucasian woman doing. So it's. But what's the other black chick? Not Pam Oliver. What's Lisa the other Salters. One?
Lisa.
No, the black. What's the lady name?
Is
that Salters? Is that her?
Yeah.
That's what he just said.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's Lisa Salters or not, but anyway, if it's her, it's one of those black chicks that they would never talk like that to her because she'll just take her earrings off and pull Vaseline out of her purse in a minute and get at these people. So they just taking shots at the right one. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who they didn't figure that she would back at them. But
I can see that she have been taking the high road this whole with all this hate.
She had
high road.
And we're just hearing about it now because this is a different age where we hear about everything. But I bet if we had a one-on-one interview with Lisa Salters or even Pam, we already know Pam gets it from every angle. But like, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not Lisa Salters. It's the other chick. What's the other chick name? It's not Lisa Salters. It's not Pam Oliver. It's what's the chick name? Oh man.
I think they
anyway, keep going. I'm gonna find it.
Game, man, and normally when people on top of their game and other people are intimidated by them, they try to find a way to cut them down. I mean, like every time I see her, like y'all just said, she be jobbing, but also when she's doing her job, like it's like she's having fun doing it. And so a lot of the other reporters are just reporting out there doing a job, but she makes it look like it's fun. And the people that she interviews are more into the interview when they're talking to her. So I just look at it as like, she's a threat. She's doing good, and that guy who made that comment was definitely threatened by her because he sees where she's about to go. Yeah, and really he didn't help her because he just threw her name into more limelight to get more exposure for her.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's Josina Anderson. That's what I'm thinking about. They would never take a shot at her like she would get with them.
Oh well, she got fired.
She would get with them. Yeah. But they would never take shots out of her life. But we know she was doing the same thing that and that's the vacuum of it all. When Josina Anderson left, then somebody has to pick up and move this thing. I mean, come on, man. Let's not be confused by what this is. Like there's always a pretty lady that's on the sideline doing this, and ESPN has dropped the ball, with the pretty lady. They have these older women, these older middle-aged women that's really not appealing. And then so instead of them giving it back to a Caucasian white woman, they gave it back to a sister. And now I think that's the rub with this, man. I just think it's just hate. It's just all this hate.
That's she hating all the way to the bank.
Yep.
Well, that's for sure.
So
that's for sure.
Yep. PS5 and
Andrews. She had the guy stalking her in the hotel, and
she got $55 million for that. So she's just doing this for the love of the sport now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. She's just doing it because she loves commentating. Because for $55 million, if I was Aaron Andrews, I'd have never heard of me again, ever again.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.
Right.
For sure.
She goes, oh, you put me on fourth team. I'm going to see Hawaii versus Fresno State at 2 a.m. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right. Yep. So moving along, PS5 put out their pre-orders, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S put out their pre-orders, and it was the best way to describe it was a disaster. Everybody thought PlayStation was horrible. They dropped it without giving all the time. People, they were out early. In all actuality, it was 10 times better than the Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
Having the PS5 time, was a mess.
Yeah, so it was a mess. But
if you talking about if Xbox was worse than PS5 pre-order release,
yes,
come on, it can't be, bro. It can't be worse than that.
The reason why it was worse is because
that PS5 had crashed.
No. The reason why it was worse because the Xbox had a set time, and all those scalps and bots and the nerds had them all ordered as soon as it was released. But as for the PS5, since nobody knew and everybody was scattering, the scammers didn't have time to scam. Okay. But on that note,
they own it now.
On that note, Ballas Union secured a PS5.
I'll let y'all have them first ones that come out because there's always something wrong with them.
That patch is gonna be a 12-hour fix.
Now that goes towards the Xbox. That's the first release of Xbox. There's always something wrong with that. PS5 haven't had anything major issues with their releases when their first generation of consoles. They haven't had any issues like that. Xbox has. I mean, they traditionally have. Those first releases always have issues, but
that's true. I had I think I've had 2 day one. I had the 360 and what was after 360? The one. I had both of those day one, and both of those.
Nah.
Right.
Still last, huh?
I had to get day two.
You talking about want to get hacked? They might get hacked. Who remember that? Y'all remember when it got hacked? We were out. We couldn't play PlayStation for like 14 days or something.
I was hurt.
Yeah, that was in quarantine.
Oh, bro, this is worse than this. This worse than 2020. That was worse than 2020, bro. That's probably the equivalent.
Never forget.
Yeah. Well, also they had to showcase.
Never forget that, man.
Yeah, they had to showcase. Xbox showcased. They showcased their Xbox new subscription where you get all these games for. If you pay for the subscription, you get all these games for free. I mean, not for free, but they come included with the subscription. They got Bathsheba, in their lineup, and that's basically about it. They don't got no really day one exclusive games that people really want to go out and get. PlayStation came out with a whole bunch of games like Demon's Souls, Marvel, Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Hey, that Miles Morales looks amazing. Like I almost had to have a moment where I went to the store and just put my name down or something. That Miles Morales looks great.
Yeah, like that. The Harry Potter, they're gonna get a lot of people for that.
They might get me on that too.
Yep.
And then check out the Miles Morales.
Yeah, and then this is low key. The Switch had a showcase, but the only game that really looked good was Monster Hunter.
The Switch is what it is. You know what you're gonna get. Either you want it or you don't.
Right.
3 out of 4
It's
of us
a
like
party.
the Switch.
I'll say this.
I mean, I don't have anything against the Switch, but it's just nothing. It's a party system. Like, it's good for family entertainment, but it's not for the true gamer. It's not a true gaming system. It's a party system, and everything has its place. No, you're not. You're never too old, man.
I'll be on the couch, knocked out. Miles Morales wouldn't got killed 14 times.
You got to get your $500 game chair.
Right.
Yeah, you got the chair that keeps you up. You the one with the Hawks gaming chair?
You're going to have me
right. You see him sitting in it. He's in a room full of them. Look at CPUs in the background, all kind of stuff.
For the hookup.
Yeah. But if you guys having a hard time, man, you'll say, head up Ballas Union Twitter page, man. They might do something for you.
Shoot, we need to have a raffle. Give me the code so I can win it.
Yeah. But no, the PlayStation was easy. As for me, it was easy to pre-order. I filled out my gamer tag with Sony. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They sent me an email the day after their or the day of, I should say, the day of the showcase. They sent me an email, said, hey, in a couple of days, we're going to send you a link for you could get your PlayStation 5 pre-order. You know what I'm saying? Clicked on the link when they told me to. They had me queued up in this. They're like, hey, in 20 minutes, you'll be able to buy it. 20 minutes was up. I was in the lobby. I could buy games. I could buy controllers, camera, whatever I wanted, the system. Had a choice which system I wanted. And then, boom, checked out. It was smooth sailing. Not all this craziness with the Xbox and trying to order from GameStop and all that.
Sound like you was in the park on 2K.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Ant, man. I'm definitely with you on this. He blackmailed somebody because he's giving all this craziness about he got one email confirming, another email saying he got 20 minutes. That sounds real shaky, Gio.
That sounds like some Deion Sanders coaching tree.
Yeah, man, that your PS5 gonna be tapped. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey, I would say right now, all my systems tapped because of my profession.
You got a PS 4.9.
Because I did the pre-order for Best Buy, PlayStation, Target, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS. I did it for all of them, and I got no return email at all. I got no confirmation at all. So I don't know what you got going on over there. But I appreciate you because you're going to look out for your boy. I'm good. I'm sorry. We silent.
Hey, I will say this. All that promotion for Madden helped out. You shouldn't badmouth Madden.
Right?
Yeah.
That might be the reasons. But now, we speaking on Madden, and since my boy Ant is in the building, it's not as bad as we thought. Right, like Jill, I'm giving them some props because it's not as bad as we thought. It's a better rendition. And for me to say it, CP, I'm going from an A to A. No, I'm going from a A- to an A. Let's say that now. That's where I'm at with it right now.
Okay.
Yep. That golf
Smash. What's your thoughts? Yes. Smash. What's your thoughts?
Madden sucks. Keep that Madden. If that's gonna keep me from getting PS5, then F Madden. I was about to go hard on it.
Hey man,
I had to cut.
I set you up. Knock it down, bro. Hey, I didn't get my email like Gio got his email, so go ahead and bash him, brother. Go ahead and bash him.
Man, forget Madden.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to
It's not as bad.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
2K Golf is still a good game, man. It's only fun if you're playing with people. You can't play against a computer because it's boring.
Man, if we could ever get the commissioner to throw the league together.
I told you I passed the torch to you. I'm not gonna sit up there and be plus 14, get to the green in 2, and it's a par 4. Get the green in 2, and then not 6 putt because the putting is clunky.
Sound like
that's what make you better, man.
Anytime 2K put their hands on something, they want to put a shot meter on something. We playing badminton, add a shot meter. We playing swimming, add a shot meter. It's like anytime Anything they touch, they want to put a shot meter on something. They broke the game, but again, 2019 it was smooth, it was perfect, and then here comes enters 2K. You know what would be the good idea? The Dev team put a shot meter on it. That'll definitely make it better. You can have this. I'm not even cutting that version on it. I'm not even cutting that version on them. I'm done. And so anybody that want a free download of the 2K golf, hit me up. I got you. I'm gonna hook you up.
I'll still be on that
plan. Yep. Let's finish up with the last couple features. So Xbox is doing port overs, basically for all their games, all the Xbox, whatever current gen to next gen. They also they're also got backwards compatibility all the way up to Xbox. The original Xbox, PlayStation 5, is only for PlayStation 4. But you can still play PS1, PS2, PS3 game via PlayStation Now. The Xbox, they have two versions, the digital and the disc. The Xbox digital version is like
$3.99.
Yeah,
$3.99.
It's $3.99, but it's $3.99 for a reason. So it's like there's no point of buying the digital version unless you just say you got a next gen console, because there's no point, because they're basically the same features, same graphics, same function as current gen. You know what I'm saying? So you're not
really.
Yeah,
they hit
look at the specs. You understand what they mean? Is you buying the same system again. You know what I'm saying?
Which gen did you say play? PlayStation 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. You could play. You only could play certain games through PS Now. That's the PlayStation subscription service.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Like the actual true classics, right? The true classics that we all played from 1 to 3. Because you're gonna get all the 4 games. So majority of the 4 games you're gonna be able to play. But the classics from 1 to 3, we missing those games that they're not even in the PlayStation Now. And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get those microtransactions, with that PlayStation Now. But you don't even have the greatest games that we've all come to love off those systems, from those past systems. They're not even in there. So it's a farce, man. So you pissed me off now, Gio. I was excited about this, the pre-order. You know what, CP? I'm going to pick me up a Switch tomorrow, bro. I see you online.
That's if you can find it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. They're harder to get than the PlayStation. Also, if you got a PlayStation Plus subscription, which is different from the PlayStation Now subscription, Day One, there's a lot of classic games for a PlayStation subscription on the PS5, as in you'll have God of War, you'll have Final Fantasy 15, you have Mortal Kombat. Saying all those would be Day One. And then what else?
Yo, man,
nobody's excited about
in this reel and going to get you a job at PS and EA.
And EA, because I mean, he is definitely fanboying. He's definitely fanboying it right now. They're hiccups, bro. We got to
right here, boy.
Yeah. Also, we need to check. Somebody need to go out and check on BTG, make sure he's all right.
He's fine.
I'm saying, because the Nuggets are beating the Lakers 93-75 at the moment. It's the end of the third quarter.
That's just so LeBron can score 38 straight points.
Hey man, that's just to keep smashing his conspiracy theorists off their tail right now. They can't make it look obvious. They gotta
I'll tell you what it really is. Do you know how much it costs a day just for that bubble? Shoot, they need to stretch these games out so they can make some revenue some type of way. So it costs a lot a day.
Daniel House,
Right. Hey, word on the street was he was taking a rap for somebody. He took the charge for somebody.
Oh, I still believe that. I still believe it.
That's on the lines of Warren Sapp is going to be the D-line coach for Jackson State. It's a rumor, but nothing has been proven. So
I'll tell you this.
I don't even want to speak on that until some harder evidence come out. But the streets are talking. Let's say that streets are talking.
I'm gonna say this. I'm married with 3 kids. If my single friend wants to throw me under the bus, that bus got to be lined in gold.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Silver, platinum.
I'm talking about
with rhinestones.
I'm talking about retirement fund. Yeah,
right.
bro.
Right. And especially if my wife ain't playing and I got to cut that bus in half, that bus better be
right. Better be that stretch.
Yeah.
That 85 seater, not 45 seater. That 85
start
seater.
calling me Greyhound Chris.
Right. Yeah, I don't think he'll be taking no L's. I just think he got caught up, bro. He just got caught up doing the wrong thing at the wrong time in the wrong place, and he has to pay his consequences. Because I like CP saying, I'm not taking no charge, not like that, man. If I'm married with kids, I got a family, I'm not taking that charge and I had to give up 50% of all my earnings for being stupid. Is he, crazy? Right. Not taking that charge for that.
Right. Well, that being said, got any closing remarks? Let's start off with Smash.
Man, it's been a rough week, man. So I'm had to take a hiatus. And this is no diss to you, CP, but I kind of felt what it felt like to be a Lions fan, man.
You ain't even felt the half of it yet, brother.
Disappointment after disappointment. It was. I was just stuck on the couch, and I didn't want to talk to my wife. I couldn't even drink alcohol. I just didn't know what to do, man. I was just stuck, but it was expected. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put this out there. When they did that onside kick, when they lined up for it, I was like, something's about to happen. But the fans to me was like, we gotta get it. We got it. All we gotta do is follow them. And then when them mofos just sat there and looked at that damn ball, I looked at the TV. The TV looked at me, and the TV said to me, and I said to the TV, "What the fuck is going on right here?" And I was done. And that day started my whole week. My whole week has been like that. What the fuck is going on? I'm still in the day. So,
my God.
Remember, it could be worse. Your team could not fall on a onside kick. And this was the kicker, though. This was the kicker. We got Young Ho Koo. I don't care what they call him on TV. It's Young Ho. They don't want to say Young Ho. They call him Young Wei Koo or whatever. We got him.
Changed his name. They
He got all these trick shots that he do. You go on YouTube and look this kid up. He make all kind of these trick shots. He's like,
sweet.
Our onside, when we do it, is good. Like we recovering our onside kick. But you telling me you can't fall on the ball? Oh, man, I just don't understand. I was like, damn.
Much for a hands team.
Yeah, it wasn't no hands team. It was all eyes.
all eyes.
No hands.
Hey, you sound like Mr. Williams talking about I watch TV until TV shut off.
I ain't even know what to do. You want to drink? You like, I ain't even gonna get drunk, so it don't even matter. Like, I'm just drinking a drink now. So
sometimes
crazy.
Like that.
But in the end, they're my team. I'm a ride or die. But they make it hard, boy. They make it hard. That's all I got.
Oh man, go ahead, go to you up next.
In the words of my mother, that's a good damn shame. It couldn't have happened to a better group of people. But not looking like that, bro. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But I'll say this: it's definitely gonna be. It's still in my eyes, it's still a 2-team race, and I think the Bucks are fool's gold. But I'll get back to the closing. We'll talk about that at another time. But my thing is, the sucker Big West, the Midwest, the Big Ten, they want to come out, they want to use us as guinea pigs to see if it's going to work. And it does work. So now they want to try to jump out and get money. You're not going to catch up. So come on out. It's okay. I'm glad that I want people to do two things. Still wear your mask, still take this COVID thing seriously because it's still out here. But at the same time, try to find some normalcy in your life. Don't just sit around and be in this bubble and not try to find some normalcy. And so I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let me go up before the Emmy Award winner goes next. Yeah, a couple things. I find it just as some of the stuff with COVID is I see why people are fed up with masks and all this other stuff. Like the NFL, for example, are finding coaches for not wearing their masks, even though they all tested negative before Sunday's game. You know what I'm saying? They're all, and everybody that's involved are all negative that don't have COVID, but yet they're still getting fined. And not to mention there's 100+ players on the field not wearing masks.
That's not true though, Gio. That's not. We've come to find out and understand that there are positive tests out there, but per the CDC, they don't have to test these guys for 90 days. So that precaution still needs to be taken because they're not getting tested for 90 days. So in between them having a positive test until their next test, they can have COVID. So it's imperative that
the NFL saying the NFL's putting out reports like this team all tested negative this week. This team all tested negative this week. They've been putting that report out. Now, if the NFL's lying, that's another story. We do that for the next show.
What's the NFL we talking about? When do they ever speak?
I'm not speaking nothing bad about the NFL. I don't want those problems.
Whatever.
I don't want those problems. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish up by closing. I don't want none of those problems. What's the other thing? Oh, shout out to D Murph, the big bro. You know what I'm saying? You could check me out on his episode, Flagrant 2. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying, over there. And then go ahead, CP. You can close it out.
I really didn't have much to say. I was trying to go first, but we saw that Deion came out with all the pomp and circumstance. We see that Michael Jordan is doing his thing, and there's a lot of flashiness and there's a lot of eyes that get brought upon it. But just follow the work. It could come back to bite us. But even in my Matt Stafford talk, follow the work. Even if you're disappointed with how things look, it's not always about what you see. It's about what you know and what you understand. And as much as, you know, people want to go out on Deion for being the Deion that we all know he is, just follow the work. So we'll see where we go from here. And again, use that for your everyday life. So whether you're flashy or whether you're covered up or whether you have something to say, make sure your work backs up what you're doing so that when they do follow the work, they don't have any surprises or they're not right.
Right. Yep. There you go. Follow the work. Work 10 times harder. On that, guys, we're out.